15 seconds, starting the whistle!
What's up, folks? Welcome back to another YouTube video. We are at the Wisconsin Cyclocross season opener in Manitowoc. This is called Flyover Silver Creek. Doing a pretty good job here. Got the hole shot. Great start. And we had a pretty big field. A lot of people showed up on the day of, registered late. And we had probably, 25 guys in this men's elite field. Super cool course. Manitowoc for me is a bit of a hike. From southwest Wisconsin, I think it was like a 3 hour 15 drive for me. See some of the field there still making their way in. But yeah, totally worth making the trip for me. I think this is maybe the first time it's been the cyclocross season opener, but definitely have been up to this course in the past. Some main features that we'll go through. We are coming back through the start-finish here, so yeah. Some of the things that are worth knowing, there is a Masters field right there on the starting line. They're going to start a few minutes behind us. Top of the big Heckle Hill on the first lap has a sort of like preem for first, second, and third, I think. So a little bit of extra cash and incentive to get a good start. So yeah, I'm feeling good at this point, doing well. We got this namesake of the course coming up here. This is like the flyover, though you can't really fly over it. You gotta run over the flyover. And actually the hard part is like getting clipped back in before you go down the other side. Everyone's got to run up those stairs. So what else? Flyover Silver Creek. Silver Creek Park is also like a disc golf course. As you can see, we got one of the disc golf baskets there. And I'm about to have a catastrophic failure as a result of a big rusty nail. Let's see if I can get an image of this big rusty nail up here for you. But it was right in this mountain bike single track section that I noticed. My rear tire had basically lost all of its pressure. So great start turns into a not so great start here on lap 1. The one lucky thing, I suppose, letting these guys know that I'm pitting, is that it wasn't very far away from the pit. So let's see how long it takes me to get this tire swapped out. Definitely trying not to panic, flipping the bike upside down as we watch the entire field go past. So I think that started like 5-10 seconds ago. So I can hear that I'm like putting the new wheel in. I'm having to adjust the rear brake caliper, unfortunately, but I did bring the tool to do this. There's a little bit of variation between my different wheel sets in terms of like the width or the spacing of the disc brake rotor itself. So we're sitting at like 30 seconds at this point. Trying not to panic. The whole field is now gone, and I think we're going to start to see the Masters field that started behind us rolling through right here. So we're at like 45 seconds. I think it's going to take me maybe the better part of like a minute to get back up and running. Shifting this bad boy into a gear that's going to be usable. Got a big old chonker of a gravel tire on there. And we're back up and rolling. So yeah, that took about a minute and 10 seconds, something like that. If you have your stopwatch out, you can correct me in the comments. But yeah, I don't know. I think that maybe for me the lesson here was just like not to panic. Things go wrong in bike races and in life in general sometimes. And so continuing to give your best effort is super important. And that's something that I think I can like hang my hat on after this race. And yeah, we'll see how many of these riders that got past me in that pit I'm able to claw back some time on. So we'll watch just a little bit of this still first lap without comments. You can see the first rider up there is already visible. Another cool feature coming up here is like the lakefront sandy beach run. I'm going to let this play out until that point, and then maybe we will skip ahead a little bit to some of the more interesting moments later on in this race. So yeah, one thing I'd also like to just point out, that is a cool feature, right? The beach sand run. Can't ride it. Tried a couple of different ways of doing that in the warm-up, and from previous years, I knew that that wasn't going to be a possible riding moment. But yeah, so far I've clawed back 2 positions. Both of those dudes were in the Masters field. And now we are coming through the barrier section. So like if you've been watching these videos over the past, I don't know, couple of years, like last year was the first time I like cracked the code and started to figure out how to hop barriers, keep it super smooth. So let's see if I'm able to do that here. Party time, excellent. So yeah, still working my way through the Masters field here. We got a Patrick Youngblood there, and this is the Heckle Hill that I had previously alluded to, the big like main feature on this course. Pretty steep hill with, you guessed it, some hecklers. This is like the party place for spectators, and probably, I don't know, like the hardest part of the course just in terms of like burning sensations in your legs. This section had a couple of different lines. I took the low line here, and it had a little bit of a harder turn coming out maybe. Just like coming into that beach section, if you were paying close attention, there were like A and B and maybe even like a C line. So yeah, we're coming back into the woods section as we did previously on the first lap. So yeah, we're coming in to the end of this first lap, still having caught up to the elite field, so we still have our work cut out for us here. Like in this outside line when you're by yourself, inside line when it's chaotic so you don't get chopped. But yeah, once we make our way through this start-finish, which is just up ahead, we'll fast forward a little bit. We'll see how many more laps it takes before I can start to make my way back to the elite field. That was some 20x chasing. We're coming up on who I think, this rider, I think that was the first elite rider that I made my way back to. I don't know who that dude was, but like he did a super generous thing there and just kind of let me come around him. And I think that he like went into the tape even, being like extra generous. If that's you out there and you're watching this, like, thank you. But also, you don't need to do that much generosity, you know? Like, letting someone past you, you don't have to, like, take yourself out doing that. But yeah, I would say that that's actually pretty much, like, par for the course. Like, everyone that I ended up coming around was pretty, like, nice about it. And they didn't, you know, like, put their elbows out and, like, kidney punch me or anything as I came past, which is pretty awesome. I'd say that that's a positive feature of the Wisconsin Cyclocross Series. So let's go back and speed things up and see how long it takes me to pass another rider. Okay, turns out like not that long. We are back at the barrier section here. We're going to get around rider number 2 from the elite field. And then I think in pretty short order here, maybe on the climb, we're going to get around numbers 3 and 4. So yeah, this is actually where I think the cover photo was taken, was on this climb here. So I'm gaining some confidence at this point. Like I'm making my way back through this field. I'm feeling good. I'm not feeling like this race is a total disaster anymore. There's a trumpet. So we're at like 4 riders. This is gonna be like rider number 5. It looks like they're pretty tired after getting up that hill. Trust me, brother, I feel you. But maybe not gonna pass this person through the rooty mountain bike single track section here. and instead we're going to save this for maybe, I don't know, a little bit further ahead. So another example of the nice guys that are out here in this Wisconsin cyclocross series elite field. Another example of someone being super generous and letting me go past them. I put up a little counter there in the bottom right. I'm not trying to slam dunk on anyone. I'm just trying to make sense of this in my own brain as I narrate this race. So we've got 5 riders that we've passed. This is going to be rider number 6. Can I get around them? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Is it here? Not quite yet, maybe on the finishing straight. So we are up to, or will be up to, 6 riders past. So that was a pretty big chunk of time there at 20x. We spent, I don't know, like half a lap chasing. We're about to come around rider number 7. This is the one and only Gabriel Acaba. Great rider. A fixture of the Wisconsin Cyclocross Series. And if you look up ahead, I think that's going to be rider number 8 up there at the top of the hill. So let's see what happens. Alright, I included that one, but I'm pretty sure that guy was a Masters rider. These fields are kind of getting mixed together, but we're going to leave it up on the scoreboard. We have passed 8 riders. Alright, we have made our way back up to the one and only Dylan Ogle. Great dude. He's about to become a dad. We got his wife, Grace, out here heckling / cheering all of us on. Super stoked for those guys, and super glad to see Dylan back out at these races. One more time up the Flyover, and we're going to keep making our way through this field. We're going to keep on the gas here and see how many more positions we can make up. Alright, that was a little nauseating. Sorry for that. Bit of 20x chasing, and we've got our next couple of riders here. These guys look like they're in the elite field, and we're about to be running on a beach. One of the things that you can't really see, it doesn't translate to the video format. Every single time we are running on this beach, I am getting sand in my shoes, so much sand. It's like up in my toe box. It's like rolling around inside of my socks between my toes. Trying to get these guys to go a little bit faster here. Let me around, please. That is rider number 10. And maybe this guy will be rider number 11. A little chaotic through there. A lot of riders bunching up, so it goes. Onward. Alright, we are back on Heckle Hill. We are back passing riders. I think that was Caden Snoop over on the right. Great start. Starts to fade. We are, I don't even know how many laps in. That hill doesn't get any easier. I'm up to like 187 beats per minute. That's pretty close to my max. And we're going back through the mountain bike trails. We got another rider in our sights up ahead. I think that's going to be rider number 13. Let's see how this goes. Alright, here we have it. That took a bit of chasing. You'll kind of notice that as this race goes on. It's taking me longer to catch and get around these dudes as I'm getting into the faster, portion of this field. So I think that was a Brian Bierman that I just got past. I'm pretty sure that he's racing in the Masters field, so we're not going to put that on the tally. We are up to 13 riders in the elite field, and we're still making our way through here. Still pretty heavy on the gas out of these corners. And let's see who and if there is more to come.
Outside.
Alright, rider number 14. I think that was Rylan Zakaric. We are still making our way through this field. We are still 20xing the times between. Let's do another one of those. Skips ahead, fast forwards ahead. Is that another rider up there? I think so. Alright, so that didn't take that long. We're getting into the thick of it here. This is one Elias Say, super strong dude. Had a really pleasant conversation with Elias before this race. Seems like he's got his head in the right place. Elias also was the one who got up that Heckle Hill fastest on the very first lap, so he got some of that sweet, sweet cream cash. And you can't see it, but Elias, when I came around him, he's basically going to stay on my wheel here, and he's going to keep battling, not going to let me go. So that's another feature, right? As I get to the faster and pointier end of this race, it's going to get harder and harder to pass these guys and to get rid of them. So let's see what happens here next. I'm actually not sure if that rider was in the elite field or the masters field, but we're going to put it on the board. We are at 16 riders past. We got more riders up ahead. We're going to see what happens next. I can tell by the numbers here that that is a masters rider, so we're not going to count that one. We're going to keep going though. We're going to speed things up. Let's see how long it takes us to get to the next elite rider. So this is a long boy. This is a long 20xer. You may, if you're paying very close attention, see that I'm passing some riders in here. We're not going to count these guys. These are all masters riders that we're working our way through. Things are complicated in the Wisconsin Cyclocross Series sometimes. And we're going to slow things down right here. It's a little chaotic, but we got a Tim Strzelecki remounting. And I think that he's in like 6th place in this elite race or something like that. So we're getting back up towards the fast guys, and as mentioned, things are a little chaotic through there. It turns out Tim Strzelecki also had a flat, like a catastrophic flat at some point on this course. I wonder if Tim Strzelecki ran over a rusty nail. Are there rusty nails out on this Manitowoc course? I don't know. It's possible. I know that another rider, Matt Riley, had a flat tire. What's going on with these flat tires? Is it just the roots in these like mountain bike sections? Or is it like rusty nails that are going through your tires and into your carbon tubular wheels? That's an expensive fix. Even if you get the sweet cream cash at the top of Heckle Hill, it would probably still cost you more money to fix a carbon tubular wheel. But Tim, you can see he's got some mad skills. He's able to hop over the barriers like I am. Tim has a background in BMX and is just a super strong and like savvy rider racing in the elite field. So we're up to, what is this now, like 15, something like that? Let's see if we can get around him on Heckle Hill. So if you could hear Paul Orlowski on the mic back there, you could hear the two leaders just making their way through the start-finish. So we have some time to make up still to Hayden Christian and Brian Motter, two legends of the sport here in the state of Wisconsin. So let's see how many more of these riders between those guys and myself we're going to meet out on this course in Manitowoc. Another long 20xer. This is rider number 18 we're getting around. Again, pretty sure that was a elite rider. And you'll notice that the time between passing these guys is getting longer and longer. Things are getting more and more spread out.
You got it, man. Let's go.
It's getting harder to pass people. And they're fast. So it's hard. Bike racing's hard. Let's keep going. One thing that I'd like to mention, I'm pretty sure that rider was a Finn Sonneman. Finn is a up-and-coming elite level rider. I think he's like 16 years old. Finn, you can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that. But he said when I came around him in that race, which you can't hear on the video, am I going to make it into your video? So here you are, Finn. This is your moment of fame. Dude is crushing it. He is sitting in now 5th place in the elite field in front of some super strong, super experienced guys. So just want to give a shout out to Finn. You're crushing it, dude. Hope to see you out here at some of these other races as this Wisconsin Cyclocross Series goes on. Up ahead, we've got Chad Cannon. He's in 3rd place. So now we're fighting for a podium spot. I'm feeling good. Things are going well. Let's see if we can catch Chad. Alright, that was a fair bit of chasing, and we're going to come around Chad on this finishing straight. Let's see how many laps we have left. That's the bell. That means we have 1 lap to go. This is the last lap.
Lambert is now in
3rd place, Paul. That's right.
Cannon
in 4th. Finn Sonneman in 5th. So yeah, we are in crunch time mode. I am trying to drop Chad, and I am trying to claw back even more time on the 2 leaders, Hayden Christian and Brian Motter. Am I going to be able to still win this race in 1 lap's time? I don't know. Let's see what happens. Alright, just wanted to give you one last taste of this beach run, the final little portion, the final, like, I don't know, 3 minutes of this race. So check it out, enjoy the final lap of this Manitowoc course, and stick around to see how things ended up at the end. So as you just heard, Hayden Christian coming in front of Brian Motter, so that is like 1 and 2, grabbing a $5 hand up here, not grabbing any beer. Super cool course though. So yeah, I was happy with the way that I raced. I was proud that I didn't like panic in those chaotic moments, and was able to finish strong, carry some momentum into the rest of this series. Happy also to report that I've got a brand new tubular green Michelin powered jet on my rear zip wheel, ready to go for the next races in this series. So yeah, if you're out there, you're cyclocross curious, you want to come out and see these Wisconsin cyclocross races, or maybe even participate in one, you can check out Wisconsin Cyclocross Series, is it .com? WisconsinCXSeries.com. You can see the schedules, you can see the overall standings, you can see the things that are coming up, plan ahead for the next one. And yeah, as always, thank you for watching these videos. Hopefully you get something out of them. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date on future races, and we'll see you on the next one.
And Michael Lambert gets third. Coming back from Nashville, right back there to third.
Are you tired?